Did you know that trees communicate with each other? I'm pretty sure that every time you walked in a forest or a park, you only paid attention to the large set of trees, but have you ever questioned yourself what is going on underground? A forest behaves as a single organism because trees talk to each other, exchanging information and vital resources with the use of a complex underground network of fungus called mycorrhizal fungi. Those mycorrhizal fungi and trees are actually living in a symbiosis relationship, which means that each of them benefits from the other. In fact, the fungi takes the sugar obtained during the photosynthesis from the trees, and the tree get the vital resources that are brought by the fungi. Those fungi are crucial to make this communication happen and transfer all the nutrients that will help trees have the right amount of resources to survive. Usually, older trees give all the resources they have remaining to help the others grow efficiently, so younger trees will have the possibility to get the right amount of sugar and have a stable growth.
This all goes back to the 1990s when a Canadian forest ecologist, Suzanne Simard, wondered if the belief of foresters where young birches harm the good crops from growing is actually true. She studied this correlation and discovered that it was the other way around. Young birches actually help in maintaining healthy crops. This sparked her curiosity to dive deeper into the relationships of trees on the forest floor. They dug into the black box and found hyphae, which are superfine threads of fungi sent out through the soil, and these are the means of communication between plants. This concept of the underground subterranean network was read by Merlin Sheldrake, a biologist and one of the current scientists studying the Wood Wide Web. He wrote Entangled Life: How Fungi Makes Our Worlds, Change Our Minds, and Shape Our Futures. This world of fungi and how they make up massively intrigues Merlin Sheldrake, that he said, "I wanted to travel inside the root."
The Wood Wide Web does not only affect the plant kingdom, it affects humans as well, and we and our actions affect the web. The plant kingdom is very dependent on the environmental conditions it is surrounded by. Humans affect these conditions by polluting the environment, which is causing global warming. As explained before, networks of fungi in the tree roots allow the Wood Wide Web to communicate. There are two types of fungi. The first is ectomycorrhizal fungi, referred to as EM fungi. The second is arbuscular fungi, referred to as AM fungi. Each of them are related to different species of plants that deal differently with CO2. EM fungi has the characteristic of proliferating in cooler environments, and the plant species they are associated with are capable of fixing CO2 into the soil, whilst AM fungi survive in hotter temperatures, and instead of fixing CO2 into the soil, their associated plants spew it out to the air. As temperatures rise due to global warming, the EM fungi and their plant species will start to diminish and be replaced by AM fungi and its species that will throw even more CO2 to the atmosphere. This as a vicious cycle that will significantly speed up global warming and the catastrophes that will come with it.
One of the most interesting questions, which is really hard to wrap your head around, is the question of the tree's consciousness. Can trees really talk to each other and interact below ground? As Andrea already mentioned, some people believe that trees benefit from each other and nurture those trees that are in dire need. Furthermore, trees can benefit from other trees warning them about environmental dangers, such as insects attacking the trees or droughts. When doing so, they send chemical signals via the Wood Wide Web to warn the neighboring trees. This will allow them to raise their defense against the respective threat. On the other hand, some people believe that the trees not only help each other, but also have a competition of who gets the most nutrition. Similar to humans, trees can be egotistic as well. Egotistic meaning that they store the most nutrition for themselves and only send out the leftover minerals. On top of that, plants are able to hack themselves into the Wood Wide Web in order to steal resources from the trees in the surrounding area.
There is a world beneath our feet. It is not only soil and roots, but organisms talking to each other, fighting each other, and helping each other to survive the actions that we humans do. Just like Anna Tsing said, next time you walk through a forest, look down. A city lies under your feet.